let's suppose that Al had a distant relative who passed away, and Al, by the will of his distant relative, he is to inherit $20 million. Don't matter if it was $100 million, $200 million, a huge amount of money. But let's suppose they don't know where Al is living, and they begin searching for him. From the moment that the will is revealed, positionally, Al has become the possessor of the inheritance. But he's not experiencing it. You with me? Or are all you with me on that? But positionally, he's a multimillionaire. But Al has no clue. He's clueless. Okay. And so then word finally reaches him. And they get to Al and they say, your distant relative left you $20 million. And we need you to come and sign papers wherever. And he says, I can't afford to come. He can't afford it because positionally he is a millionaire, experientially he's not. Positionally, every one of you who have put your faith and trust in Christ are partakers and in the presence of the Lord. But many of you have not experientially experienced the presence of the Lord. And that is my point this morning. I want to ask the question, why? Why could we, who are positionally seated with Christ in heavenly places, why could we, who have experienced this outpouring of the Spirit of God in our lives, why could we not experience experientially the presence of God on a daily basis, every day, every night, every moment of every day? As they were singing and sharing and stuff, I was thinking to myself of is there anything in our life that is so great that it cannot be completely satisfied in God? And the reality is there is no experience of a human being that is so insurmountable that it isn't completely satisfied in Christ. Not by Christ, in Christ. The poor person who is horribly poor and has no wealth and no means and no support can allow themselves to be in Christ by putting their faith in Christ and trusting in Christ, and they become the possessor of all things and experience the wealth of His kingdom and who He is because they are in Christ. And they don't even know poverty because they have no poverty, because this poverty is just a circumstance. Their wealth is in the Lord. He is the wealth.